From New York, just named 1989 City of the Year by the National Rifle Association, it's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, news correspondent Leslie Stahl, LaToya Jackson, and Joe Satriani, plus Paul Schaefer, and the world's most dangerous band. And now, a man who's so enormously wealthy, he baits his mousetraps with Milky Ways, David Letterman.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi. All right. Hey. Thank you. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave Letterman. And by the way, thank you for selecting us as your evening's entertainment. You know, I'll tell you something that happened to me over the weekend, and maybe this has happened to you, maybe it hasn't. Frankly, I'm still a little embarrassed about it. I'm in church, and on Sunday morning, and right in the middle of the sermon, the minister stops the whole procedure. He looks straight at me and he says, "Hey, put out your cigar." So oh my God, there's a woman in the audience who looks exactly like Terry Garr. No! There she is. Now, stop it. Hey! Now she's standing up. Like she's won something. A woman in the audience says, my friend here, she didn't even say it, she's got a sign. Boy, that must be annoying to have your friend follow you around with that sign, huh? In the morning paper, USA Today, apparently the airlines are now using older flight attendants. In fact, 49% of all airline flight attendants are 34 years and older. One of the problems with using the older flight attendants, of course, there's a greater chance of structural cracks. But, glad we got that out of our system. Orel Hershiser is axing the Los Angeles Dodgers now for, I guess, his salary. He would like, and I guess this guy certainly deserves it, the kind of year he had. He's looking for $2 million a year. And oddly enough, Robin Givens is also asking the Los Angeles Dodgers for $2 million a year. And in all honesty, she said, you know, I probably won't get it, but my mother told me to go ahead and give it a try. So. Hey, come back later, we'll fondue, all right? I don't know. Hey, thank you. Kids, boys and girls, moms and dads, on the program tonight, Gary Muldeer, a very funny gentleman, will be with us. Oh, now see, right here, I see this name, and I think to myself, hey, Leslie Stahl, distinguished news person from CBS News, and, ladies and gentlemen, LaToya Jackson. Oh, boys.
Yeah. David Letterman, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you very much, Paul. Nice to see you.
It's been too long, really.
It's been too long. We've had a week off.
We had a week off, yeah.
We have our anniversary show coming up on February 2nd. It's our 7th anniversary.
Holy cow.
February 2nd, 9:30. That's Thursday night following Cheers, I believe. That'll be February 2nd. A lot of wonderful people on the show. It's a big show.
Who's on? Who all is on?
Well, too numerous to mention.
Yeah.
You know, it occurred to me today, Paul, as I was riding in an elevator. In fact, my cue card boy, Kevin Kay, was with me.
Yeah.
It occurred to me, it's just a damn good thing they put little floor indicators in the elevator.
Why is that?
Well, you'd spend all day guessing at a floor. You know, how would you know?
No, it's a good thing. Hey, may I take a minute to introduce a cat? May I take a minute to introduce a cat who's sitting in with us tonight? This guy is really too much. I don't toss the word virtuoso around, as you know. You know me.
Oh, no, I don't think I've ever heard you toss that around.
No. This guy really is a virtuoso. I don't know. He's the guy who taught all the heavy cats to play.
The heavy cats?
Yes, he's up for 2 Grammy Award nominations this year. He's the greatest. We're glad to have him with us tonight. Joe Satriani, ladies and gentlemen. On guitar.
What? I know this is going to sound like a dopey question, but what is the one song I'm familiar with? The big, like, huge, you got a big, huge... What is it, sir? What is it?
Surfing with the Aliens is the title of his Happening album, yeah.
Yeah, but what is the single that's getting play from that?
Always with me, always with you.
You may not be the guy. Anyway, nice to have you here.
He's the guy.
It is nice to have you here. Let's do the, are we still doing the, oh, hi, Barbara, do you have it? Come on in. No, that's fine. I just needed the info. Thank you very much. It's the lovely... Later, she will go into the audience and give each and every one of you a kiss on the forehead. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, thank you very much. Take the rest of the day off. Al, are you still here? Are you still doing this? This is Al Marr, ladies and gentlemen, one of our stagehands. And you have, what do we call this? Al's Box-O Thrills?
Box-O Thrills.
And the idea behind this, each night you have a little surprise loaded up there in the Box-O Thrills for us, and then you open it up, gravity does the rest, and we're all thrilled and delighted.
I hope so.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what's in Al's Box-O Thrills. Am I going to be all right? Go! Oh! Are we going to take a look at it in slow motion? Oh, good. These are badminton birdies right out. All right, heads up, watching. Cover your side. Here's one for you. You know, I was just thinking earlier today, it's a good thing they put floor indicators on elevators.
That's what you were saying.
Because if they didn't, would I be able to do this all night? I don't think so. Okay. All right. Will you stop with that ding thing? Okay, look out. All right. Well, Al, I kind of enjoyed this one.
Did you like that?
Thank you very much. What are these damn flies? Giant. Yeah, there you go. Folgers crystals, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Paul, did you have a nice week off?
I had a crazy week, yeah. I did a little traveling.
Yeah.
I went to California.
Yeah.
And came back.
That's good.
How about you?
Yeah, I had a pretty interesting week off. I stayed pretty much here. As a matter of fact, something that happened to me during the week off is featured on tonight's Dave's Story Time. Kids, come on out. Where are the kids? Hi, kids. How are you? Sure. Thank you. Tonight's story, kids, is about some automotive trouble I've been having lately. I guess it was last April that I bought a brand new car, and I was very excited about it. It's quite a beauty. It's a lovely blue, and I couldn't be happier with the purchase. And when you have something that you really like, you take pretty good care of it, or at least you try to. So I see to it that I have it maintained at regular intervals. Yeah. And as I said, I've had it since April. Now, a couple of weeks ago, the man from the place where I bought it called up and he said, Dave, it's time to have your new car lubricated. It hasn't been lubricated since September. And I said, great, come and get it and lubricate it. And they did. So a couple of days later, the guy called and he said, you know, we were lubricating your car, Dave, and we found that the rear tires are worn out. And he said, also, we're going to have to realign your front end. And as long as you're going to replace the rear tires, you might as well replace the front tires. And I said, well, gosh, that's a little odd because I don't drive the car all that much because I barely have a license anymore. and I said, what is the name, what is the brand of the tires on the car? And he said, well, they're Goodyear. And right away I said to myself, Goodyear? They make fine automotive products, so the tires couldn't be worn out. And I said, how many miles do the tires have on them? And he said, 6,000 miles. 6,000 miles, I said? You have to replace your tires every 6,000 miles? And he said, well, he said, if it were my car, I would. And I said, what does it cost? And he says, about $260 a tire. That's over $1,000 to have tires replaced that only have 6,000 miles on them. Well, I told him I didn't think I would have the service done, and then I called the salesman, the guy who actually sold me the car, and I said to him, your salesman is gouging me for new tires after only 6,000 miles, and he laughed and he said, you know, if your tires were actually worn out at 6,000 miles, we'd have to put them on free. Did you enjoy the story? Okay, there you go. Dave's story time. Bye-bye, kids. Thank you very much. Here, you want some birdies? You want some... Oh, good. We got to, huh? Oh, I thought we were done. It seems like I've been out here forever. Yo. Tonight's top 10 category from the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska. Paul, did you like Dave's story time?
I was very impressed with Dave's story.
Did I see you over there making faces in the camera?
Well, it's nice to see Hal back because he just takes a shot at me for absolutely no reason while you're trying to do comedy, which I think is fabulous.
Okay. Tonight's category. From the home office in Lincoln, top 10 ways John Gotti copes with stress. Alleged crime boss, John Gotti.
I understand, yes.
Yeah.
Alleged
crime boss, John Gotti.
I guess when you're allegedly a crime boss,
that's right.
Things can get
stress. Yeah, stress, sure.
Yeah.
Top 10 ways John Gotti copes with stress. Number 10, bubble bath scented with provolone. Provolone. Number 9, try to guess weight of victims based on their chalk outline. Number 8, think up things to do with rest of horse. Alleged crime boss, John Gotti. Number 7, Pictionary, Pictionary, Pictionary. Number 6, drop by homes of jury members just to say hi. Number 5, try to think of better nickname for Jimmy, the high-fiber cereal Salerno. Number 4, by watching The Late Night with David Letterman 7th Anniversary Special, 9:30 p.m. primetime Thursday, February 2nd, right here on NBC. Number 3, and here's good advice for you kids just starting out. Switch to decaf before a hit. Number 2, those pictures of LaToya. Number 1, take a pleasant drive into the country with 3 business associates. Return with 2 of them. Okay, we'll do a commercial. We'll be right back here with Leslie Stahl, kids. Thank you, boys. Paul Schaefer in the band. And the new guy.
Joe Sider, if that ain't surfing with the aliens, I don't know what is.
And will we hear a little something from the band with Joe later?
Joe's just here to hang.
Very nice.
Just here to sit
Thank
in.
you very much, Joe.
We're happy.
Paul, did you get the moral? Did you get the point of Dave's story time?
I didn't exactly get it.
I was being gouged for new tires by the very people I bought the car from originally in April.
So what is the moral there?
People who sell cars are weasels. No, many are not weasels.
I was too busy mugging over here for the camera.
I know you were.
Yeah.
Our first guest tonight is a distinguished journalist who has just begun her second stint as White House correspondent for CBS News. She is also the moderator of the weekly Face the Nation program on CBS. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here Lesley Stahl. Lesley, are you back there? Hi. Sure. Right this way. Oh, look. There's stuff. Nice to see you. You may have that with you. Take it back down to Washington. How you doing? You look great.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your reassignment back to the White House. Are you happy to be back there?
I don't know. I walk in the room. You know, the White House the press room is a real prison.
Where is the press room?
The press room is over the old swimming pool. Richard Nixon put us over the old swimming pool. Little gesture to the press. We all work in little tiny claustrophobic cubby holes.
Is it teeming with members of the press in there at all times?
Often. Not at all times, no.
Could you stay there 24 hours a day if you wanted to?
Oh, don't even suggest such a thing.
Yeah.
I suppose I could if I had to.
Yeah.
If there was a 24-hour watch for some reason, sure.
Yeah. But it's a real hive of activity.
It is during briefing times, and about 100 reporters converge around 11 o'clock when Marlon Fitzwater briefs, and you can hardly get in the door.
These are daily briefings every morning?
Daily briefings every morning, around 11. It's sort of Marlon time. It could be 11:30, it could be 12. But then most of the reporters leave, and the networks and the wire services live there. That's my office. And yet to get in and out of my own office, I have to go through a magnetometer every day.
Magnetometer being a...
You know, the search, one of those metal detectors that I like to get on an airplane.
Right.
Just to go into my own office.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Yeah. We have that upstairs, as you know.
No, I didn't.
Right here, yeah. But can you work in those conditions? Of course you can. A good reporter can work anywhere, right?
You have to. Actually, I work better when there's a lot of noise and humming around me.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in a situation that you thought was untenable and found yourself actually getting something valuable out of the experience? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea.
You know, you have great-looking teeth.
You know what? I have to tell everybody. There's a fabulous interview with you in Time magazine.
Just put it away.
No, I have to say, I have to read one thing you said. I'm the asker. I do this for a living. I'm the asker. No, asker.
Ha!
And here you have me answering questions, which makes me very uncomfortable.
Leslie, I appreciate you doing this, but all you really need to mention is that I am Time magazine's Man of the Year.
Great picture. Really great picture. But you said... about guests coming on who might be a little nervous.
Right.
If you come on and are polite and well-groomed and behave yourself, then you have nothing to worry about.
That's right. Well, there you go. let me. You know, were you there the other day? Of course, you were there for the George Bush news conference. What did you think of that?
You know, what I really thought was, where did this man come from? It was 2 months ago that he was a wimp. Or an attack dog, and now he comes out and, you know, it seemed to me that during the campaign, his tongue and his mind got a divorce. And they've reconciled, they're back together. I mean, everything worked. He obviously could answer all the questions, and we've had a president where he would come out for 5 minutes and then turn the news conference over to his aides. He answered questions for 45 minutes. He seemed quite comfortable and familiar with any subject. Someone asked a question about third world debt, and I knew that Ronald Reagan would have been out of that room on the word third. And he stayed in the answer.
Isn't that interesting?
And then he teased us about follow-up questions. He was so relaxed.
And he also sort of, I guess I missed the first part of it, discussed, well, what will the ground rules be here and so forth, and there was some give and take like that.
In the middle, he stopped the news conference, promised it wouldn't come out of our time, and said, and this was on live television, it was going out over the air. He said,
he seemed confident and relaxed and in control.
He said, what should I do about follow-up questions? And we got to answer that. He turned it around and he played.
It was refreshing to see that, and I don't mean to cast aspersions on the man who had the office before him, but it was refreshing, wasn't it, to see somebody...
Absolutely.
But you think that ought to be the least we could expect from the president, a guy who could run the show pretty good, you know?
We forgot.
I'll stop. And you smell good. Sam Donaldson doesn't smell too good. He's been here and he doesn't smell that great. He doesn't smell bad, but he doesn't smell great. What? A commercial? Oh, great. We'll be back here with Leslie Stahl in a minute. Leslie Stahl is here, LaToya Jackson. But I think today, with the normal back and forth driving, you ought to be able to get 30,000 miles, at least 30,000 miles on a set of tires.
What an outrage.
We're talking about
talk like that.
We're talking about George Bush, and was there a point in the campaign that you somehow, he called you a name or something? There was inadvertently, he singled you out as a reference. Do I have any of this right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
There wasn't some deal where his microphone was inadvertently left open and a reference to Dan Rather. He makes Leslie Stahl look like a something. Did I dream this? Am I nuts? Am I goofy?
I'm not going to say it. Are you going to say it?
Well, I don't want to say the word.
You don't want to say the word.
But just, is there...
Yeah, he did. He did.
What was the episode?
He blurted out that I was a, as you said.
And it was an impolite word.
It was an impolite word.
Yeah.
But it could have, if you attached another little word to the end of it, it turned into a nice word.
Oh, this will be good. And what would
I'll tell you what happened.
helpful little...
what happened was, if you attach the other little word, it would have been pussycat.
And what was that?
Don't tell me you're embarrassed.
No, I don't know what happened there. Well, yeah, I think you would be embarrassed. Did he ever apologize for it?
No. But the word was printed in the Boston Globe, where my parents live, and I called home to see if it was really true, if they'd printed it. And my mother picked up the phone, and I said, "Am I in the paper?" She said, "Oh, yes, and isn't he nice? What a wonderful fellow, that George Bush." She said, she was beginning to think she was going to vote for him. And I said, "What does it say?" So she read it to me. And I said, "That's not nice." And she said, "It isn't?"
Mom. Did you have any kind of a farewell to Ronald Reagan, any kind of, shaking of hands or exchanging of pleasantries or anything?
I left the White House in '86, and you get your final audience with the president. And I was allowed to bring my husband and my daughter for my final audience, but I was threatened about asking any questions.
The aide said, please don't...
The press secretary said he would shoot me on the spot if I asked a question. We were just in for a photo session. But I went in and I was angry. I thought they should have given me a farewell story.
Yeah.
I could ask, but no.
That would be a nice gesture.
I thought so,
Yeah.
but I went in and I realized that I didn't need a question because I had a story. The president looked really awful. He looked very old. His eyes were all glazed over. I thought that I was going to go out on the White House lawn and describe him. And
was this at a particularly bad time for him?
It
or?
was sort of the beginning of Iran-Contra. And I would tell him things and he wouldn't respond. For instance, I told him that my daughter used to say when I worked in the Carter White House that the president worked for me. But when Ronald Reagan became president, I worked for the president, which I thought was charming, and he'd like, nothing. Then the press secretary said, "Mr. President," he was yelling at him, "Mr. President, Leslie's husband is a screenwriter out in Hollywood." And the president didn't just sort of emerge into the room. He popped to life. He went from 75 to 25 in a flash. He engaged my husband in conversations about Hollywood. They talked about a movie idea.
They're developing a script there?
Developing a script together. I'm not kidding. Went on, hilarious stories, sensational stories. Wouldn't let us leave. Went on forever. And then we left, and he ran after us down the hall outside the Oval Office. He said, "Taylor, that's my daughter's name." He said, "Come back." He said, "I can't let you leave here without telling you the truth. I work for your mother, too."
Oh, well, that's cute. That's very cute.
But he, you know, he was totally alert. Clearly, he just didn't want me to ask him a question anyway, whenever he's giving me all those signals.
Is there a conclusion to be drawn from that little encounter, do you think?
Well, I think from time to time, we reporters began to wonder if he was slipping, and he wasn't. He was quite alert.
Just not interested in the gig.
If he wasn't, that's right. Exactly. No, but you heard stories like that, and I do think you're right. It sounds funny, but I think if he wasn't interested, he went into himself and he tuned out.
He wants to be out there making movies.
He wants to talk about Hollywood.
Now, do you think that there's any chance, I've heard this discussed sort of lightly around, that he will maybe go back into films?
Well, you know, I've heard it too, solely as rumor.
It's so silly, isn't it?
They say he won't, publicly. But actually, my husband, who is out there, said that...
Your husband, again, tell us his...
He's Aaron Latham, and he wrote Urban Cowboy and Perfect. And he says the word out there is that he might play the president in a movie about Jim Brady, the press secretary, who I know was shot.
It would be awful to see him turn up one of those police academy things. I don't think that's any good. Guys, you know, it's great to meet you. You're just terrific, and good luck down there in Washington. Thank you for being here, Leslie. Leslie Stahl, kids. We'll be right back.
He is a host.
I forgot the question.
Tonight,
Screen in the music world on his 7th anniversary special, Thursday, right after Cheers.
And Ronald Reagan as Captain Johnson. The Late Night with David Letterman's 7th anniversary special. It looks like I'm going to tell you about the kind of coffee we drink here on the set, doesn't it? It's Thursday, February 2nd, 1989. I guess that's apparent. Right here on NBC. Prime time, ladies and gentlemen, 9:30. Try to watch it if you can. We'd certainly be appreciative of that. Coming up in this half hour, LaToya Jackson. Tomorrow is a packet of these little cards. Damn, they're helpful. We're gonna talk with members of our studio audience tonight. It's a little something we call Brush with, what is it? Brush with Greatness, that's right, whereby we interview people and they tell us about celebrities or famous people that they've run into during the course of their life. And to make it a little bit different for you, the home viewer, I'll be operating the audio boom tonight. This is, where's Barbara? Barbara, this is, you've been operating it all night? Okay, now tell me how I get up here and then what I need to know. I come around over here? Yeah. Is there any chance of this tipping over and pinning me?
Swing out.
Any chance of me being crushed to death?
No.
Okay. Now how do I get up there? Just clamber up, I guess would be the... Whoa! All right. There's nothing... I'll bet that was quite a shot, wasn't it? Okay. Oh! Okay. I need the headsets? Why do I need the headsets? The audio man? Do I need to talk to him? Oh, I don't need the audio man. We don't need it. Okay, so do we have, is our first participant for Brush with Greatness here tonight, Pat Shepard. Do we have a Pat Shepard here? Pat, hi, Pat, how are you? Go ahead and stand up. I'll be right over there. All right. Oh, my God. If you have dental work, ladies and gentlemen, be very careful. All right, let's see this. Okay. All right. No. Oh, you babies. All right. That's you, right, Pat? All right, here we go. Perfect. All right. Now, wait a minute. You're going to kill her. You're going to... Enough! Jeez. All right, let's see. Let me just pick one more. Huh? Do what? All right, Pat. There you go. Can you see the microphone? All right. I tell you what. Let me get in real close and just whisper. Where are you from, Pat?
Long Valley, New Jersey.
What do you do for a living there?
I'm a nurse.
You nurse? Oh, that's a very admirable profession. Do you enjoy that kind of work?
Yes, I do.
Well, good for you. And tell us about your brush with greatness.
Well, when I was about 15, my grandparents took my sister Debbie and I to the Miami Sea Aquarium.
How's Debbie?
She's fine.
And what happened?
Well, while we were there, we found out they were
I'm sorry, I had a little twitch. Forgive me. I think I'm going to switch to minnows. I'm not getting anything with this. All right. Okay, Debbie.
I'm Patty.
Oh, Pat, I'm sorry. I got my hands full here, Pat. Okay, go right ahead.
While we were there, we found out they were filming the Flipper show. So we went down to see if we can see some of the filming or meet some of the cast.
Right.
But the only one left was Flipper, and I got to shake his flipper.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. Huh? All right. We have, for you, Pat, we have ACE Award, cable television's highest programming honor. Nice going. Thank you. All right. We have time for one more. Oh. Okay. You have one, ma'am? Where are we going? Over here? Is there somebody over here? Geez, I hate to put a hole in that wall. All right. There you go, ma'am. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, hang on, I'm going to tilt down. Be very careful. There you go.
Okay.
Hi, what is your name?
Kathy.
Kathy, that's a lovely suit you have there.
Thank you.
How would you describe that?
Checkered?
Like a lovely suit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Where are you from, Kathy?
I'm from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey.
Do you work there?
No, I'm a student.
What are you studying?
Law, hopefully.
And where are you going to school?
I graduate from Seton Hall, and I hope to attend Seton Hall Law.
How's the basketball team this year?
Great.
Yeah, good. And what kind of grades you get?
Good.
Yeah?
Grades.
Like what?
B pluses.
Yeah, that's not bad. And what do you weigh? Never mind. Okay. The microphone is yours. Was it Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead. Tell us about your brush with greatness.
When I was around 9 years old, I met Brooke Shields. She used to visit her cousin who lived next door to me every summer, and we played hide and seek. And I'll never forget how she counted. She'd say 1, and then from 2 to 9, she would keep it in her
Let me
head.
interrupt. You kids wouldn't hide in her eyebrows, would you? Hey, you know what I got here? All right. Okay, and then what happened?
Well, when we were about 16 years old, she became famous for Calvin Klein commercials. I heard that she was in town, so I gave her a call. Her mother answered the phone and said she no longer had time for me.
Oh, see? Now. All right, very good story. Don't sit down. Let me try and tap you on the head with it.
No, I don't think so.
Just one little tap. It might sound funny.
Go ahead.
All right, be very careful. Am I over your head now?
Yes.
All right. You know, I'm afraid I might actually draw blood. I'm not going to do this. All right. That's it? Okay, we'll be right back. Thank you, boys. Our next guest is a lovely young woman who has just become the highest paid model ever to appear in the pages of Playboy magazine. This is her brand new record album right here entitled LaToya. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome LaToya Jackson. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Have a seat. Wow, you have a snake there. Well, what kind of snake is that?
It's a boa.
Boa constrictor.
Yes,
is that a full-grown boa constrictor?
Oh no, it's a baby.
And have you had it since it was a tiny little snake?
No, I've had it for a couple of months now, actually.
And will you have it for the rest of its life? This is.
I'll try to, yes.
Yeah. And how big do they get?
Well, they can get to 12, 18 feet.
Wow.
Yes.
And how much would they weigh?
Oh, they weigh 60, 80, 120 pounds.
I think I'd like the 80-pounder.
They're very heavy.
Yeah, I would think they were heavy. And what do they eat?
Well, this is terrible to say, but they eat rats and
Yeah.
rabbits.
Rats and rabbits.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
And how do you...
This is a baby, so it eat mice.
It does eat mice.
Yes.
And how many mice...
It's a little bit uncomfortable because of the lights, but she's okay. This is Eve.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feed the mice to the...
Well,
put them in a blender first and like make up a health shake or something?
No, actually, they like everything alive.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. And are you in any danger having the snake in your lap?
Only if it's hungry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only danger.
Okay. Wow. It's a little unnerving. Do you want to keep it out here? Do you like having it here?
It's fine. It's not going to bother you. It's okay, David.
It's already bothering me. Anyway, can we just talk about other things?
Sure.
Now, you're in this Playboy magazine. I guess you knew that.
Yes, I do.
Why did you decide to do that? They paid you a lot of money, right?
Yes, but that's not why I decided to do it, though.
How much money, though? Let's get that out of the way. Like, what's a lot of money?
Well, I really don't want to discuss the price. It's strictly confidential.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I was the highest paid in the history of Playboy, yes.
By plenty of rats with that dough, I guess. Did you... Wow. See, now it's moving right to your neck.
I know.
And that's all right?
It's okay.
Has it ever hugged you to the point where you thought you were, lights out?
Well, well, that's another thing that you have to be careful of, is that you don't let them really choke you to death.
Because
they can squeeze you.
That's the first rule of snake ownership,
But
ladies
if
and
it gets
gentlemen.
around my neck too much, then I'll loosen up.
Anyway, so did you always want to have naked pictures or take? Excuse me for being indelicate, but did you always want to do that?
No.
Well, what was the decision process there?
No. Well, actually, when I was approached by Playboy, automatically I said, absolutely not. I would never do anything like that. And then, of course, they kept asking, and it was sort of like a ping-pong game, and we kept going back and forth. And I learned a little bit more about the magazine because I didn't know anything about it. And the history of the magazine, it was quite interesting to me because it's a very sophisticated magazine. And at the same time, there are women, Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, Raquel Welch, Bridget Bardot.
Serious actresses
All of these women have done it, and I felt, well, gosh, I'd love to be in the great company of these. It's okay.
It's making me really, really jumpy. Not as jumpy as the magazine made me earlier, but... I'm sorry. And where did they take the pictures?
We did it at the Neil Simon Theater.
Neil Simon Theater here in New York on Broadway?
Here in New York.
During intermission one night?
No, we rented the theater out for 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's where we did it at.
The magazine has caused quite a stir, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I'll ask you how your family reacted in a minute, all right? Okay, you gonna hang on here?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back with LaToya.
Believe me, you'll become more than a...
1% off the cover price. The 35th anniversary issue is free with your paid subscription. Call 1-800-532...
We're back with LaToya Jackson, and your snake's name is Eve.
Yes.
Now, do you have another one, a companion to Eve?
Yes. Well, actually, the one that's in the photograph is Adam, and that's Eve's boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was going to say, but you must be able to tell the difference between a male snake and a female snake.
It's very, very difficult to tell.
I would think so.
I mean, there's actually nothing to go by.
Yeah. So anyway, now you're in the magazine, and for your brother, for example, has he seen the pictures, Michael?
Yes, he has.
And what did he think of these?
Well, actually, he saw them before they were ever printed, and he thought they were great.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it, and he said, I understand why you did it. And he says, I think it was a great career move, and he said, I think the pictures are lovely.
Well, good for you. And what about Tito? Did you talk to Tito about it?
No, I haven't spoken to Tito about it.
Yeah.
No.
How about Marlon? Did you talk to Marlon?
Yeah.
Has the family generally been supportive here?
Well, somewhat. My parents, of course, are totally against it, and they think it's the worst thing that I could have ever done.
Yeah.
And
But I must say, having looked at the photographs, they're lovely pictures, and you're a lovely woman. But I guess if you're, yeah.
Thank you. It's not out. It's so new.
Yeah. So now what happens now? You have a brand new album out. You have the photographs in Playboy, and things are really going great for you, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're going fairly well, yes.
And you have some perfume?
Well, I'm working on a perfume line right now. We're in the testing stages, actually, right now.
Yeah. And how do you test a perfume?
Well, I go to the chemist and we take... Oh, I'm sorry.
Gesturing with a snake, you know.
I'm so sorry. Well, the different scents, of course, and if I want a little bit more floral in it, and then I'll tell him maybe 25% more, or if I want a more of a powder smell or fruit flavor. And that's basically what I do, and I wear it for a couple of days, and I test and see if I like it or not.
You should try and get something with vapor action. Now this snake, Latoya, with the tongue there, what is that? Is that she's smelling things?
Yes,
or?
that's her senses she's sensing. And I think she smells your cigar.
Yeah.
And is that coffee?
That is coffee.
Yeah, all those things. Why don't you hold
I don't.
her?
You know. People think I'm being a baby here, but there's just something about. How long have you been director of the Columbus Zoo? Now you have a lot of unusual pets, don't you?
She'll just.
I know she is. I know she is.
But David, just touch her and you get used to her.
I touched her once, and I'll get used to her, you know, when I retire. But you have other unusual pets?
No, I only have the snake, of course, but at home we have lots of
What do you have at
pets.
home?
Well, we have llamas and things like
Llamas.
that.
Now, are they nice to have
Oh,
around?
yes.
But don't they spit or something?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
When they get very angry, they spit. They spit at you, and of course it can blind you.
Really?
Yes.
Permanently blind you?
I don't know if you're blind permanently, but you are blind.
Yeah.
If they do, should spit in your eye.
Something irritating about them spitting at you would cause.
Yes.
Well, that's. I
that's
didn't
their
realize
defense mechanism.
that. Yeah, yeah. What are we doing? Okay, we have to do a commercial.
Okay.
And we'll be
Wanna
right back.
touch
Here.
you?
Latoya, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you
You're
for having
a lovely,
me.
lovely woman, and this is a fascinating animal, but I'm a little
Would
jumpy.
you like to give her a kiss, David?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry we ran out of time there, and come back and see us again tomorrow night. Thank you, folks.